If you have a company in the UK, then there are a few things that you absolutely must do every single year. Otherwise, you might get in trouble with the government or HMRC. One of those things is filing a confirmation statement. A confirmation statement is a letter or an application that you submit online telling Companies House who the shareholders are and who are the directors of a company. In this case, for your company. And you must do this every single year without being late. And the period you're given is just 2 weeks, between the 31st of January and the 14th of February. If you're late, then there are serious consequences. And that's why in this video I want to show you how you can submit your confirmation statement online. It's pretty easy, it's pretty quick, just follow the process. And one of the things that will happen is you'll probably receive an email from Companies House like this one. And the email is going to remind you that you need to submit a confirmation statement for a specific company you have. And you'll probably get several emails for each company if you have more than one. In the email, you will see the period I just mentioned that you must submit your confirmation statement within. And they do warn you that a failure to meet the deadline will lead to a process to strike off your company from the register. So make sure to do it within the specified times. And over here they've given you a link to the web filing system. And if you're not sure what the web filing system is, then I recommend you check out my video where I explain the full process of creating a new company. In that video I also explain what the web filing system is and how to create an account for it with the authentication and what it does. So I'll leave a link in the description just in case you want to watch that video as well. Now when you go to the web filing link, you will see a button to sign in. So prepare your personal details in order to sign in. I'm just going to click sign in. Then we're taken to the homepage of our web filing account, and they've given you links to check the other companies you have registered or other web filing settings or details you can see. I'm just going to go directly for filing my confirmation statement with this link over here. Then we're taken to a new page which explains what the confirmation statement is about, what the purpose of it is, and how you can submit it. I'm just going to scroll down. So over here I can see they've listed a few things for me to prepare beforehand before I start the process of submitting my confirmation statement. The first one, really importantly, is a Companies House account, which is different than the web filing account you're using. So for example, you can have several companies, all of which use a single web filing account. It's all connected to you as a person, as an individual. But when you register a new company, or when you go to Companies House online, you can register a separate account. In this case, it must be a separate account than the one you're using for web filing, for example. You can either create a new one, or if you have one already that doesn't match the web filing account that you are using, then you can use that one. The second item in the list is the company number. So the company number you can either check online, you can check it in the email, you've probably received it in the inbox when you've registered the company initially, or you can find the company number in all of the mail correspondence that you've received from the government, Companies House or HMRC. All of them will include the company number when they send you any correspondence in the post. So if you're keeping paper letters, you can just browse through them and find the company number real easily. And the third item is the company authentication code. Now you'll definitely find this one on a letter when you've initially registered the company. You should have gotten a letter saying something like congratulations on becoming a director of your company, then a little box on that paper with the authentication code, then the company number, etc. So I have that on my letter that I keep safely. You can also try to request a new authentication code during the application, but it will tell you that they will send you the authentication code in the post, and that the new authentication code they send through the post might take up to 5 days to reach you. So if you're in a bit of a hurry to get the confirmation statement submitted, I wouldn't recommend really doing that. So make sure to keep all your letters and correspondence, and that will save you a bit of headaches in the future. And the final item in the list is just having £13 in the bank so you can pay for the application. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's start the application. And the very first step is to sign into Companies House. And unfortunately, I've just tried to sign in with the same account as my web filing account, which is not allowed. So I'm just going to click register, and then register with a new email, and then they'll ask you to activate your new account. So they will send you an activation link to the email you're using, and once that's all done, I can log in. Now they're gonna ask you for your company number. Over here I've just found one of the letters I've received for my company, so I can find the company number over here. It should be 8 digits. Paste the number, continue. Then they'll ask you to confirm if the company you've just entered is correct. This is just to make sure that the company number you've just entered is for the same company that you're willing to submit a confirmation statement for. Yes, that's absolutely the right one. Continue. Then they're gonna ask you for the company authentication code. Click authenticate, and now I can get to the next step. Check the trading status of the shares. Is the trading status of the shares correct? According to them, no company shares were traded on the market during the confirmation period. Yes, that's absolutely correct. I haven't sold any shares. Everything is the same as it was. I'm just gonna click yes, as nothing has changed. Then we're taken to the confirmation statement page. There are 7 sections on this page. It's really nicely separated so you don't get overwhelmed with the questions. So you just click on each of those links, and the first one is SIC code. Check the SIC codes. Are the SIC codes correct? Our records show that these SIC codes are used. Yes, absolutely no change in my SIC codes. And remember that SIC codes are sector industry codes. It pretty much tells Companies House what the main activity of your company is. You can have 1 up to 4 SIC codes. I just have 1 and nothing has changed, so I'm keeping it as it is. Next one is statement of capital. Check the statement of capital, 100 shares, 1 penny of each share. And if you're wondering why I have 100 shares at 1 penny each, then I recommend you watch the full video in the description on how to create a UK limited company. It's a sneaky trick to pay Companies House less money when you create the company initially, while you're still having 100 shares, so you can sell off a part of the company later on. In my case, I haven't changed the value of the shares nor the number of the shares, so nothing has changed. Is the statement capital correct? Yes. Next off is officers. Then they have me as a director. I don't have any other officers in the company, it's just myself, and my information is the same, so click continue. That's all correct. Next is people with significant control. And to remind you that people with significant control are people who own more than 25% of all of the shares of the company. I'm the single director, so I'm a person with significant control in this case. And it's called people with significant control because if you own a larger proportion of the shares, you get to remove or appoint different directors within the company, and you get to vote on certain things. So that's why it's really important to keep more shares when you're deciding to sell off a part of the company. And here you go, you can see more details over here. All of my details are pretty much the same. And yes, continue. Check the PSC statement. Is the statement correct? No additional statements relating to people with significant control are currently held on public register. Yes, that's absolutely correct. And what the PSC statement is when you file an additional statement, so you want to make another person a person with significant control, or remove a person, or there's an investigation going on towards people with significant control within the company, anything that has to do with the people with significant control that hold the shares for the company. In this case, we don't have any changes regarding that, so it's absolutely the same. The information you have is correct, yes. Next is shareholders. I'm the single shareholder. I still hold 100% of the shares of the company. And yes, the details are correct. Click yes, continue. Register office address. This is pretty much gonna ask you if the address has changed. They're gonna tell you if it's the same address. In this case, yes, it's the same address. Yes, continue. Register location. Again, they're gonna ask you if the company records are kept in the same place as you've told them before. Yes, no change in that. And finally, we need to submit. They're just gonna ask you to confirm all the details for the company before you go ahead and pay. Just gonna click confirm, then they'll tell you to prepare £13 to pay for, and we're taken to the payment page. And all that's left is to insert your payment information and finish the process with the payment. Here we go, we've just submitted the payment in progress, confirm the payment, yes please, and confirmation statement completed. Congratulations, you just filed the confirmation statement yourself. And that's how easy it is. Hold on, don't leave just yet. You should click on this video because YouTube thinks you really like it.